I want to tell a little story of how I came to end up living here, which is in the UNESCO Biosphere Entlebuch, which is actually quite far from Zurich. And there's a whole succession of coinciding inner and outer events that have led me here. My background is in wind energy, climate change, caring about the environment, and that has never gone away. I was already applying to come to Zurich to train when I gave a lecture at one of the Kyoto Protocol conferences about the global potential of wind energy to an international audience. And at the end of the lecture, one person stayed behind to ask questions. To cut a long story short, it turned out he was from Küsnacht, and I really felt I'm on the right path coming to Switzerland. So I dutifully trained to be a Jungian analyst, but I could never let go of my passion for the environment at the same time. At the time of my application, the friend who'd introduced me to Jungian psychology had a dream, and she had a practice room in real life, which was a shed, a wooden shed at the end of her garden. And she dreamed that I had a practice room the size of a barn. Of course, I was very inflated about this and thought I was going to have a huge practice, hundreds of patients. It wasn't till years later that I realized, no, the world is my practice room. And so my life mission, if you like, is now to bring a Jungian understanding to environmental problems. The Kyoto connection goes on. When I came to Zurich, I met my soulmate, Yuriko Sato, who's from, you guessed, Kyoto. There, we got married in 2007, and in 2011, I think it was, we moved here. The reason we moved here was a chance meeting with an elderly Japanese lady in Bethesda, where I had this overwhelming intuition Yuriko should go and talk to her. We didn't actually visit her until 2 years later, and she lived in this part of the world. Turned out she had studied astrology with Gret Baumann-Jung, Jung's oldest daughter, was interested in Jungian psychology. We struck up a friendship which will go on forever, and that brought us to this area regularly. So really, that's how we ended up here. Just to close the Kyoto circle completely, last year I lectured on Jungian psychology and the environment at the IAAP Congress back in Kyoto, in the very venue where the Kyoto Protocol had been signed. That for me was very meaningful. So just to wrap it all up, I feel destiny has brought me here.